3-0 win for Arsenal to make Liverpool wait. But late drama elsewhere, where Pedro Neto's 90-plus 3-minute goal has given Chelsea all 3 points at Fulham. They led through Alex Iwobi. Tyreek George, who'd only been on the pitch for 5 minutes, equalised for Chelsea, and then Neto with the winner to put Chelsea back into the Champions League places. And Manchester United beaten 1-0 at home by Wolves, who've done the first league double over Manchester United since 1979-80. Carlos Sarabia with the goals there. He'd only been on the pitch for 3 minutes. The win for Wolves means they are officially safe. They go up to 15th place in the table. Leicester inside the bottom three. They're in action against Liverpool very shortly. Defeat for Ipswich means they are not mathematically relegated, but Manchester United and Wolves now level on points in the table. Chelsea move into 5th place as Nottingham Forest drop out of the top 5 for the first time since early December. Arsenal's win means they close the gap on Liverpool to 10 points. Liverpool now still need 6 points to win the Premier League trophy.
Richard said after the big result in Real Madrid in midweek that it was important for you to show consistency and to start winning games in the Premier League. Did you show that today?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was a great game overall of us. Created a lot of chances, and then at the end, scored 4 as well. So yeah, well done to everyone.
Obviously, had you lost here today, it would have handed the title to Liverpool if they win later on. How important was it for you all that you just keep pushing them?
Yeah, it's important for ourselves, I would say. We don't need to look at them. As you said, we wanted to win, to come here and win in the Premier League as well, and that's what we did. So yeah, we just need to keep going like this and take game by game.
Clearly, you've also got your eyes on a big prize in Europe in terms of the Champions League. How important is winning mentality and momentum now for Arsenal?
Yeah, very, I would say. We want to win every game, but you know how tough it is as well in the league. And yeah, it's a good win today, and we just need to keep pushing and going forward. There's another game on Wednesday, so they keep on coming.
But Arsenal have made Liverpool wait to lift the Premier League another week, if they want the opportunity to win the Premier League trophy. Let's take a look at how the goals went in. Leandro Trossard got the ball rolling for Arsenal in this game, and they cruised all the way through it, Jamie.
Yeah, they did. It was far too easy for them. And this has been the name of the game right throughout the season for all 3 promoted teams. They found it really tough, but O'Shea at centre-back. I mean, Trossard initially drops off him. It's clever play by him. But you've got to be more aggressive and go towards the ball. And I sometimes think because the promoted teams are so far off, we're quite kind to them. We're not too critical of them, but, you know, the Premier League players, you know, they're playing at a certain level. They've got to do a lot more.
And the second one, Jamie, I think, in terms of on that transition, Leif Davis tries to get a foot in, goes a little bit too early, and then it's just the quality of Arsenal. Look at that first touch from Moreno for Martinelli. It's just brilliant stuff. I said they would perform really well today, and they did exactly that, with confidence, with a bit of energy and a little bit of arrogance as well.
A little bit of frustration creeping in for Leif Davis at the beginning of the move for that goal, and then he got the red card.
Yeah, he'd obviously had a warning earlier, but he's getting frustrated. But this is unacceptable. This is obviously a dangerous tackle. Saka's going nowhere. He knows what he's doing. He seems surprised to get the red, but we've looked at it, and I think it's the right decision. Crazy tackle.
Yeah, apologetically leaving the pitch at the end of that. He knows he will have cost his side. We're already 2-0 down, and it got worse for them and better for Arsenal, Micah.
Yeah, again, set pieces, making the most of the man advantage. But just look at the pass from Declan Rice. See it on this angle here, just reverse pass. Trossard, nice and cool, and just slots it home. Arsenal in full flow. And
then young Ethan Nwaneri with the fourth.
Yeah, I mean, he's done a really good job for them, hasn't he? When they've been missing Saka for a long time, the second half of the season. So he's had a little taste of it, so he'll be desperate to sort of finish the season well. He'll keep coming off the bench, getting minutes. And yeah, he looks like a little superstar of the future. And another goal for him.
Yeah, players playing as well for the place. Against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League, that 2-legged semi-final to come in a couple of weeks' time. In the meantime, they've been focusing on the Premier League, and that means that Liverpool will have to wait to seal this down to 10 players. Let's take a look at the first goal. Of Ipswich been the architects of their own downfall?
Yeah, of course. It's obviously very difficult. Obviously, they're up against it. We're seeing the difference in quality. Arsenal winning the ball back here and control, passing it forward. And what we know, you give good players time and space, you're going to get punished. Ipswich don't really know what to do. Any sort of switch of play, they're all over the place. And once they get in that, Odegaard's running at Saka. Saka's giving them a good option. Very, very simple football. Ball into the box. Nice first touch. Poor defender from Ipswich. Try to get out to him. Can the keeper do better? But very, very simple. And we're just seeing the difference in quality. Again, Odegaard's running the show. Ipswich can't get near Arsenal. The difference in quality is there for everyone to see. I think when he takes the first touch, we look here. I think the Ipswich defenders can still do more. The two centre halves, if you see when he stops the ball there, that just you've got to try and engage. You've got to get out there. But they've got actually 3 players around it, but they end up doing nothing.
They've got to get side on, haven't they?
Yeah.
If he square like that, the ball can always go through. If he goes side on, it hits one of his foots. Yeah. But Arsenal being...
Odegaard did get a touch there, in case you're watching, in terms of your fantasy football team. He does get the assist for that one. 2-0, Micah?
Yeah, but I mean, you can see there Leif Davies gets a little bit frustrated. But as Roy mentioned, on that counter-attack, Arsenal have been devastated. Really good touch from Moreno, and Martinelli there to sweep it up, Jamie.
Yeah, I just look at Moreno in that position, and he's just been absolutely a revelation since he's taken that new role. I know he's deeper today in midfield, but since he first went up top, I think when he came on or started at Leicester 13 games ago, 6 goals and 4 assists in that role he's had now has been absolutely fantastic, and that's genius. That is absolutely out of this world. It doesn't matter what the opposition is. The awareness of sort of Martinelli coming in the back was brilliant.
Yeah, VAR had a look at that challenge from Leif Davis in the build-up to that goal. This one they had a look at as well, and he saw red, correctly?
Yes, yeah. I mean, we looked at it a few times because you're thinking, almost one of those where you think it's in between a yellow and a red, almost like an orange, if you like. But the more you look at it, it's a really good decision from the officials, and what he's doing is just absolutely ridiculous. And there's no way he can get the ball. He's
tried to just nick it, hasn't he? That's what he's tried to do. I don't think he's tried to do it, but I agree with Carol. I think it's a red card.
He's frustrated, and obviously somebody has to put a mark on a winger, but that's not right, and I think it's the right decision. No, they are really up against it, of course.
Yeah, Chris Kavanagh spotting it in real time. Then VAR went and had a look at it and decided the same thing. They confirmed that the red
away at Spurs. So, as I say, Ipswich are all but down. They have to win at Newcastle next Saturday. Otherwise, then that will be confirmed. And Leicester, remember, have to beat the leaders Liverpool next, or they will be relegated as well. And look where Tottenham and Manchester United are. Wolves in between them now. Wolves have gone above Spurs in the Premier League table with those 5 wins in a row. So Liverpool still need the maximum of 6 points. We'll see shortly if they can get 3, but that is hugely significant for Chelsea. They're into the guaranteed Champions League spots, a point behind City, 2 points behind Newcastle. And what it means as well is that Nottingham Forest, before they play at Spurs in the Monday Night Football, have gone out of those Champions League places on goal difference. Fulham are still on 48 points. That is now 9 away from guaranteed European football. But remember, there is a scenario where 8th could be enough. So still plenty to play for Marco Silva's team.
Well, guys, now let's talk more about our dear Bukayo Saka's injury. There was a concerning moment involving Bukayo Saka as Arsenal took on Ipswich Town. The England international jumped up in the air after Leif Davis left his studs in the back of his ankle, in what was a scary moment for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal fans ahead of the UEFA Champions League semi-final against PSG. Chris Kavanagh opted to send the Ipswich number 3 off for the gruesome challenge, which left the Arsenal number 7 needing treatment, and he was later replaced by Ethan Nwaneri in the 57th minute in order to let him rest. As soon as Bukayo Saka took his place on the bench, Arsenal sprung into action. Simon Murphy, medical director of physiotherapy at Arsenal, was caught on camera paying the Hale End graduate close attention after he left the Portman Road pitch. Saka's ankle and Achilles were immediately strapped with a generous amount of ice in an attempt to alleviate the problem, with only 9 days between now and the first leg of the UEFA Champions League semi-final. Hopefully that will be enough to ensure the 23-year-old recovers properly from this injury. So guys, that was today's video. Let's hope this injury doesn't keep our star player out of the next match against PSG in the Champions League. Hugs to everyone, and see you in the next video.